November 22 of 2021. There are 39 days left in the year. Good morning, MB, guiding you through In the Know at K105 on Litchfield's Country Station, 103.9 The Moose, live online at K105.com, via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud or iTunes podcast, on Facebook Watch, on YouTube, on Twitter, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we will update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. We'll also get you ready for Thanksgiving, now just, less than 4 days away. So we hope you're ready. It's on the way. That and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Beej. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah?
It's a Monday, but it's a short week.
It is a short week. You're ready
that means
for...
I get mashed potatoes.
I see. Are you prepared for indigestion?
Well, yeah. I mean, I keep Pepcid on hand all the time.
So here's an indigestion hack for those of you non-Pepcid users. While you're stuffing your face this Thanksgiving, place your fork on the edge of the plate while you chew, and you'll cut indigestion by 32%. It gives your body more time to digest, blocking heartburn, bloating, gas, etc. Yeah, because we have a tendency to inhale it.
Yeah.
Especially if your name is Mark Buckles. Yeah. So slow down.
I don't eat that fast.
No, you don't. You eat slowly.
I think mine is just a problem.
Yeah, you don't come to the point of putting your fork down on the plate and looking at it, but whatever it takes to slow down the freight train probably would be helpful. He is the 5-time winner of the coveted Ohio Newshawk Award. He's the 2-time Silver Sound nominee, covering every corner of the globe: London, Moscow, Paris, Litchfield, and Danville. He's Sam Gormley and the Sparks. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph.
How you doing?
Tired. How are you?
I wasn't thinking tired, but I can be tired if you want to be tired. You've been running all over the place this weekend. Is that your problem?
Yeah. Saturday was very busy, and it just keeps on adding on.
Yep.
So it's fine though. It's
now
good.
Now that you've met the Cougars, I guess you feel all better about that.
Yeah, and saw them scrimmage, so it's good.
That's good.
It's good.
Are you ready for the week of gratitude? Like the entire month for me, I try to start on November 1st and just build into like I have a grateful feeling throughout the month. But then this week, then it just kind of, it's a crescendo into Thursday. So are you feeling grateful yet?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, you don't have to. Here's a little life hack, not just for Sam, but for all of us. Gratitude is a powerful emotion that helps us enjoy what we have. You can evoke it right now by sending an email, text, or letter to someone who has helped you in some way. Thank them for what they have done for you, however small. It's easy and quick, and one study has found that practicing gratitude can increase your own happiness by 25%. So by 1/4, you might be able to increase your own happiness just by being grateful and telling people small things that they've done for you. So, Sam, thank you for being here this morning and allowing me to work with you.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Do I feel happier? I suddenly feel happier. There you go.
Happy I could help you in more ways than one, right?
To you, thank you for watching television with me last night. We saw for the first time this season, we saw Yellowstone together. We didn't watch it individually. So thank you for doing that.
Well, you're welcome.
I feel even more happy. See, my happiness is going through the roof this morning. Dry and chilly to start the week. We're going to see a cold front bringing rain to the region on Thanksgiving Day. So expect a soggy Turkey Day, about an 80% chance of that. Black Friday is going to be sunny and chilly. Clouds will increase on Wednesday ahead of our Thanksgiving front. Rounds of rain are expected on Thursday, but move out of the region by Black Friday. Partly cloudy today, 43 is the high, mostly clear and cold tonight. They don't think we've seen the mid-20s in these parts. And we'll see 25 tonight, mostly sunny, and 48 for tomorrow. But look at the high, 50 and rain on Thursday. And this kind of looks like late November and early December in our parts on the 10-day forecast. So that's just what we're going to see. A lot of the people are studying this morning the tragedy in Wisconsin at Waukesha, Wisconsin, where they were having their annual holiday parade over the weekend. I guess it was yesterday. and a truck comes barreling through the parade route. I think the most up-to-date total that I saw was 5 people have died, 40 people have been injured, and I saw the name earlier. It's Brooks is the last name of the person that they have identified as a person of interest that was driving this red SUV that went through the parade. There were a lot of early questions because it came through at a high rate of speed, but it wasn't doing the weaving that if you see some of the terrorist attacks that have taken place around the world, a lot of times people who are trying to use a vehicle as a missile, they will go through and they will weave to try and take out as many people as possible. And this was more of a projectile path, but this person does have a long criminal history. So it is unlikely that if this is the person who was behind the wheel, it is unlikely that this was some type of health issue or medical emergency that created them to go out of control. It's seemingly going to be something of the more sordid nature. At least that's what the indications are being pointed to now. But I mean, here you are celebrating. You're back having your in-person Christmas parade for the first time after taking the year off, and then you're out there having a good time. People are feeling festive, and then someone comes through and does something like this.
Yeah, someone that has the connection to the Charlottesville one, that's all I can think of is when I saw that.
Yeah, that's the and I don't know what motive is. And I'm going to be interested to hear what motive is, but does it have anything to do with the turmoil that Wisconsin has been through in the last few weeks with that trial and the media spotlight? And I don't know that it does, but it's got our attention on Wisconsin for even longer period of time. Also, U.S. Reading a headline today that 2 of the 17 abducted missionaries have been freed in Haiti. 2 of the 17 of a missionary group who were kidnapped more than a month ago have been freed and are safe, in good spirits, and being cared for, according to their Ohio-based church organization. Christian Aid Ministries issued a statement saying it could not give the names of those released, why they were freed, or other information. The missionaries were kidnapped by the 400 Mawazo gang on October 16th. There are 5 children in the group, 16 U.S. citizens, 1 Canadian, including an 8-month-old. So this KNR, this kidnapping and ransom game that is becoming more widespread in that part of the country, they had asked for $17 million in ransom because there were 17 of them, so they just went through and arbitrarily. They don't really want to comment on what led to the release of these 2 because negotiations are ongoing with this gang to try and get the other 15 released. But it would not be uncommon that if there were health issues related to these 2, that they went ahead and released them, because in the kidnapping and ransom game, if the person that you've kidnapped isn't living or isn't well, then you've lost some of your bargaining power. And so this might be a way of, releasing a couple because they needed medical attention, but I'm still holding the other 15. So I don't know how this is going to shape out, but Haiti is a very dangerous place for anyone right now, because there's basically just a whole lot of, there's lawlessness, and obviously kidnapping and ransom is part of the equation. A second boil water advisory has been issued by the Litchfield Utilities. Officials said customers under the advisory should boil water at a rolling boil for 3 minutes before drinking or using in cooking. The latest advisory is 304 Watson School Road to 529 Watson School Road. It includes Cliff Top Drive, Marietta Drive, and Redbud Drive. On Friday, they had issued an advisory for Lewis School Road from 3526 to 3670. That advisory has not been lifted as of time we went on the air this morning. A man has been charged with multiple counts of attempted murder after shooting at 3 vehicles and injuring 1 person while driving on I-65. Saturday afternoon, state police said a 911 caller reported that her vehicle had been shot by a person in a vehicle on northbound I-65 near the 58-mile marker in Hart County. The caller was able to give a description, registration plate information, as well as a description of the driver. A few minutes later, they get a second call to 911 from another motorist who advised that his vehicle had been shot and a passenger in his vehicle had been struck. They provided the same vehicle and driver description, and then a third vehicle was later discovered to have been shot in the incident as well. Troopers located the vehicle and driver, 51-year-old James Hooper of Louisville, near the 84-mile marker of the interstate. They conducted a traffic stop, arrested him, and he was lodged in the Hart County Detention Center. The person who was shot was transported into Hardin County and treated with non-life-threatening injuries. There's no connection between the victims, and I don't know if they know what a motive is in this case or not, but dangerous out there on the highways.
Weird story.
It was. A Hardin County man is facing animal cruelty charges after several animals were found dead in cages and covered in feces at his home. 50-year-old Charles Skaggs of Elizabethtown was charged with second-degree animal cruelty and first-degree criminal mischief on Friday after Hardin County deputies and animal control personnel responded to his trailer and found cages upon cages in the home filled with inches of feces and several dead cats and dogs. He was lodged in the Hardin County Detention Center on a $5,000 cash bond. Learned Friday afternoon that a Kentucky Ethics Commission has charged Allison Lundergan Grimes with improperly using her office for personal and political purposes when she served as Secretary of State. The Executive Branch Ethics Commission sent Grimes an initiating order on Thursday alleging 2 violations of the state ethics code. The first count accuses Grimes of directing subordinates to download information from Kentucky's voter registration system without going through the proper channels for a personal private purpose. The second count claims that Grimes improperly used her position to benefit Democratic candidates ahead of the 2016 election. Her former assistant, Erica Gallion, has also received an initiating order from investigators. The commission alleged that Gallion improperly withheld records from the news media in 2018 and 2019. Gallion had given records to Grimes' personal legal counsel, but altered them before giving them to the media. So, to this news, a lot of people have the old attitude of the apple not falling far from the tree, because by the end of this month, her father, Jerry Lundergan, will report to federal prison after a jury convicted him and political consultant Dale Emmons in September 2019 of conspiring to illegally contribute more than $200,000 from one of Lundergan's companies to Grimes' 2014 U.S. Senate campaign, which she lost to Senator Mitch McConnell by more than 15 percentage points. I don't know her personally. I know that she was kind of the darling of state Democratic politics there for a while before, moving away from the Secretary of State's office. So, sad to hear the story. I guess the investigation hopefully will bear out if there's validity to those charges or not. While a ban on texting and driving is not new, Kentuckians may soon be asked to put their phones down while driving altogether. Representative James Tipton of Taylorsville testified before the Interim Joint Committee on Transportation on Monday about his intentions to file a bill for the 2022 legislative session that would only allow the hands-free use of a personal communication device while driving. Under this proposed legislation, personal communication devices are defined as a text messaging device, a standalone computer, a tablet, a laptop, a notebook computer, a personal digital assistant, a GPS system, a telephone, or any device capable of displaying a video, movie, or visual image. The measure would make using your hands to operate a personal communications device while driving illegal. It would also prohibit drivers from unbuckling their seatbelt to reach for a device. Drivers can, however, use a hands-free Bluetooth device to make phone calls while driving. Lawmakers cannot make any decisions until next year when they go into session on January the 4th, but it sounds like this bill will be filed. Under the provisions of this measure, there would be a grace period until October 1 of next year where drivers would receive a warning. They want to know what the penalties are for this. It would be after the grace period, drivers would be fined at least $50, but no more than $100 for a first or second offense, according to a draft of the bill request. On third offense, or if the offense results in an accident, the penalty would be at least $100, but no more than $199. If it occurs in an active school zone, there would be different penalties. Construction zones would be different penalties, et cetera, et cetera. So we already have a no text while driving law.
I thought this would tie right into it. I mean,
But there's a workaround or a loophole in that law, because when they go back to, if a law enforcement officer see you allegedly texting, your legal defense suddenly becomes, I was typing in a number to make a phone call. There's also some gray areas that we're making it difficult for law enforcement officers to stop people because they see this, because they know that whether it's truthful or not, they can pretty much use that excuse of, I was making a phone call, or I was holding the phone in my hand while I was talking on speaker. And so we have our law enforcement officers somewhat hamstrung because of that gray area that's there. Kentucky there already been 24 other states who have passed similar measures. I've driven in them, you've driven in them, but I think one of the complexities of this is that if you live, say if you're Tennessee and you have a major corridor like I-65, if you go from Kentucky into Tennessee, you likely don't know I can no longer hold my phone in my hand and make a phone call, even though there could be some signage. So eventually this will be nationwide law. You have to decide, do you want to lean into it and get ahead of it? Or do you want to go kicking and screaming, kind of like seatbelt usage was 30 years ago? I don't know. I have become much more hands-free with my phone and my vehicle, but I am equipped to be able to do that, and it's an efficient experience. For a lot of people who are out driving that don't have Bluetooth in their vehicles, or they have older cars, I'm not sure if this is a hardship or not. So, honey, you don't use Bluetooth
I don't.
in your vehicle, but you use speakerphone a lot.
I do, yes, but I'll have to pick up the phone to dial the call and put them on speaker.
Mm-hmm.
So if I were to be caught, I guess, like
Yes.
choosing the person to put on speakerphone, am I in trouble for that?
Well, so you are equipped, even though, I'll explain it to you
I
this
am
way.
equipped. I just don't do it.
You are also equipped with Siri.
Yes.
You all had a rough start a few years ago.
We did.
And so you decided that's not for me. But technology does allow now, for you to make a call even without having to touch your phone, if you will adapt your
And I'm fine with doing
practices
that.
to that.
But I do talk on the phone almost every morning as I drive into work.
Right.
But
That's when you get caught up and all that. I
Right.
got it. So it'll require modification behavior, and say, well, you can even send, I think that even hands-free, I can easily get distracted. There are times when I'm hands-free and I'm talking to someone and I'm engaged and I don't remember driving the last 4 miles. I know that I did and I was safe, but really my attention was elsewhere. So even hands-free doesn't make you completely distraction-free. Mm-hmm. You can talk to text if you want to, but you'll know it when someone is doing it.
Yeah, you will.
Because as someone who also uses proper grammar and punctuation and et cetera, in whether it's text messages or email, you suddenly know when I'm trying to use talk to text, because all that stuff goes out the window. So I don't know. Would it be safe to say it's just a matter of time? Like, the legislature may not decide to do this next session, but eventually this becomes law, doesn't it?
I'm surprised that they can't already say that it's law.
Yeah.
You don't need to be on your, watching Netflix or whatever it is. I know you had that story last week.
Yeah, the old how do they know that I wasn't wearing my seatbelt? Because law enforcement officers are trained, right? You can tell whether that seatbelt is coming across a person or not. How do I know they're texting? They're holding their phone. Oh, well, I wasn't texting. I was listening to something. I was listening to a voicemail. So by getting the phone out of a person's hand, it makes it easier for those that might be policing our behavior and increases our level of attention that we're paying to the road. So I know it will be a hard adaptation for some people, but it's probably for our own good. But like many things that are for our own good, we don't like them. I don't like that. It was a great weekend for University of Kentucky athletics. Did any University of Kentucky athletic team lose this weekend, Sam, that you know of?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
The UK men's basketball team got off to a little bit of a rough start Friday night, but won 77-59 over Ohio. They will host Albany, or what some people will say Albany, in Rupp Arena tonight.
Great Danes.
Are they? Is that the Great Danes? Are they? Yeah. The UK football team was asleep in the first half. That early kickoff time led to lots of trying to wipe the sleep out of their eyes. But they did finally get things going, and 56-16 over New Mexico State. Did Mark Stoops eat the banana? I never saw video verification that he ate the banana.
I saw that there was a banana. Yeah, I was out of it most of Saturday, so I didn't really get to catch up most on it.
So he was asked earlier in the year if Will Levis completed passes of more than 400 yards. Would he eat a banana with the peel on? And he said yes. Finally, Will Levis yesterday, on Saturday, went over 400 yards, and the banana was waiting for Stoops at the media conference, but I don't know whether he ate it or not. So were you surprised to see Louisville open up as a favorite?
It's at Louisville.
Yeah, I know, but
it's at Louisville. That doesn't bother me whatsoever.
It's at Louisville, but it won't be a home crowd. I mean, it won't be a Kentucky crowd.
There'll be a decent amount of blue. I know that I'm planning on going. So.
Ryan Howard had her third triple-double, had the third triple-double in Kentucky history to lead the 19th ranked Wildcats 92-47 over Winthrop yesterday. UK men's soccer team won, and they have advanced to the Sweet 16 in the NCAA men's soccer
Clemson,
tournament.
I think is who they're
Clemson. Bailey Zappi, they just throttled FAU, and Willie Taggart's return to the Hill, 52-17. The Toppers now face Marshall, go on the road at Marshall.
Mm-hmm. The Moonshine Throwdown.
Who wins, Marshall or?
Oh, the Toppers all the way.
The Bengals snapped their skid, and they were well rested, and they toppled the slumping Raiders 32-13. The Bengals will face the Steelers this weekend. The Raiders will travel to Dallas to face the Cowboys on Turkey Day. And
I was going to say, I knew where you were going next. I was going to make sure that you couldn't forget about without mentioning it.
What?
What happened yesterday in the NFL? The most important NFL news for you yesterday.
What did happen in the NFL? I don't know.
The Saints had a new left tackle.
Oh yeah, they absolutely did. Here's why that escaped off of my radar. I spent all afternoon yesterday trying to find the game. When I found out Landon was starting left tackle for the Saints and couldn't find it live. And I thought I can watch it on delay on the NFL Network when it comes on Monday. So I have to watch the Saints game tomorrow. You got any stats or anything on him yet?
Well, I mean, offensive linemen don't typically have many stats. I know that there was one play that he went into the medical tent. But he came back out the next play, so it was good.
Really happy for him. Can't wait to read more about it. And then I have something on my Christmas wish list. It's just landed there this morning thanks to an engineer from Alabama. He's from Huntsville, so he probably works around the space community because, there are a lot of smart rocket scientists in Huntsville. Michael Pick, who is a software engineer. He also is a YouTuber. He earned the record by building a version of the Nerf and Strike Elite Longshot CS6 Nerf gun that measures 12 feet, 6 inches long. It's 300 times the size. Stop writing. You can't buy this. I mean, I'm grateful that you did. But here's a picture of the Nerf gun.
Holy smokes.
That he created. That
wow.
Wouldn't this be awesome?
You and Alea could have some nice Nerf awards for that.
It shoots actual PVC pipe. It shoots PVC pipe with darts on the.
I don't know that you want to shoot PVC pipes at Alea, but
well, there'll be some other things to it there. So we got to get to a break. We'll come back. Hang around. Plenty more here on In the Know.
Attention propane customers, Has your existing provider been hard to reach? Have you had questions that haven't been answered or experienced long wait times and been asked to reply and send emails for customer support? Don't waste any more of your time. Southern States Co-op in Bowling Green will take your call. They will even swap out your existing tank with no charge for removing your current tank. Southern States of Bowling Green is ready to serve your propane needs in Bowling Green and surrounding counties because empty is never an option.
If you're the average person, you only think about income taxes from January to April. But the choices you make 12 months a year have a big impact on your tax return preparation and even your refund. Making adjustments to your financial matters during tax filing season is like trying to lose weight during a routine doctor visit. The certified public accounting firm of Buckles, Travis & Hart work year-round to advise clients on important financial decisions so that during tax filing season, you're carrying a lot less stress and worry. Join the Peace of Mind team with Buckles, Travis & Hart, 270-259-5604 or GraysonCPAs.com.
If you're a woman over 40, have you had your annual mammogram? Whether you're a mother, wife, sister, mentor, or friend, you're important to so many in your life. At Owensboro Health, we want to help you live a healthy life with the ones you love. Having an annual screening mammogram is one way to take good care of yourself, because you're worth it. Schedule your screening mammogram online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Attorneys general say they are investigating how Instagram attracts and affects young people. Coalition is focused on the techniques utilized by parent company Meta to increase the frequency and duration of engagement by young users and the resulting harms caused by such extended engagement. The attorneys general say they're looking into whether the company, formerly known as Facebook, violated consumer protection laws and put the public at risk. Roku really wants you to start watching their own stuff. Wall Street Journal says the streaming hub plans to develop more than 50 original shows over the next 2 years as part of an effort to make it the place for free content. The 4-year-old Roku channel lets users watch free ad-supported shows that Roku licenses from other outlets. Roku, by the way, powers more smart TVs and streaming boxes in the U.S. than any of its competitors. U.S. communication regulators will require that phone companies allow people to text as well as call a new 988 number for the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. Tech Report, Larry Olson, NBC News Radio.
Yeah, I'm faithful. Scratch that, baby, I'm grateful. Gotta say it's really been a while, but now I got back that smile. I'm so faithful. Scratch that.
Today is Start Your Own Country Day. I think somebody started the country of Wokington about 3 years ago, 4 years ago. It's growing in size. It is also, we started our own country. We started Tennessee, D.C., you'll recall. That's an invention from the show. It is Go for a Ride on Something Day today.
Yeah.
Just go for a ride on something today. And it is also Cranberry Relish Day today. I wonder, is cranberry relish, do you think that's just a less fancified version of chutney?
Maybe.
To me, the relish would indicate a more fine chop, like it would be chopped in smaller pieces. The trick to the chutney is the majority of the cranberries maintain their shape. You need some.
Well, and is relish then canned cranberry?
I was going to say, relish is typically canned.
Yes, but it's not to the level of smooth like cranberry sauce in a can.
Isn't if you make a canned cranberry sauce into a relish, isn't that pretty much Jell-O?
I guess, yeah.
Because when you chop it up like a really fine Jell-O,
wouldn't you take canned cranberry sauce and then add in some chutney and get a relish? That seems.
Maybe.
I mean, if you use pickle relish as your model, that seems to would maybe make sense. But
well, your dad likes it as a circles, right?
yes, yeah, he wants it to be in the shape of a can.
So do I.
A new study says, well, to be clear,
But I
you
love
like
yours.
both.
I love yours. But I will not turn down those ridge-shaped
Your dad's
canned.
that's all he wants, right?
I don't know if that's all he wants, but it would be one of those. To him, it's the equivalent of there not being black olives on the table. It's like, this is not a proper meal if there are not black olives on the table. But now, you do bring up a very good point here, because I told my mother I was making cranberry chutney, and she said, "Don't make it just for me." She said, "But I know Christy likes it as well. But if the truth has come out here that you really just want the canned, I mean, maybe I'm
Listen,
just not going
honey,
to go to the trouble."
We have those little small Tupperware containers that we've never used that are in the pantry.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I don't eat more than like a 4x4.
Right.
So,
But really, if
Well,
you want the
2x4,
canned
actually.
version, who am I making the chutney for?
Your mother, right?
And she's worthy of it. But if she says don't do it, so I guess I thought you liked the chutney maybe more than
You've
I thought
already-
you did.
you've already bought the cranberries. You're going to do it. They're in the fridge.
A new study says Americans plan on traveling over 600 miles during the holidays on average. Last year, 1 in 3 Americans with holiday travel plans find that 1 in 3, 32%, stayed home last year. But in 21, a whopping 82% believe it's important to share the holiday festivities with loved ones. It's this it's revenge. It's revenge Thanksgiving is what it is. We couldn't do it last year. We are determined to do it this year, even if you really don't want to. Really, 2 years ago, you'd have been like, "Oh, we got to do Thanksgiving with these people again." But then suddenly be told you can't. And then you're motivated. Oh, we got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't last year. We didn't celebrate. Well, I mean, we did not celebrate Thanksgiving in person.
Yeah.
So,
Did you have a Zoom Thanksgiving?
no, I don't think we ended up doing one. I think
Got it.
it was just kind of my Thanksgiving was spent watching football the entire day,
Here are 4 smart tips for Thanksgiving travel. Are you traveling this Thanksgiving?
as far as I know.
Unless you've been uninvited. Number 1, leave earlier and pack snacks. The queen of snack packer is over there
Feel like-
sitting next to you, Sam.
Isn't that a travel tip any day of the year?
Pretty much.
You would think.
Number 2, embrace travel apps and digital tech.
It's probably another one that should be any day of the year.
Probably. Don't forget your PPE. For those of us who live out in the rural portions of the country, most of us, you're either using PPE or you're not. If you're not, don't forget you may be going to places where it's suddenly required, and then you get there and you go, "Oh, wait, I threw all those away already." So just kind of think ahead on where you might be going and bring entertainment and chargers. So, download some content, be ready, keep the kids happy.
And don't forget your chargers.
Don't forget your chargers. That's right. Tips to simplify Thanksgiving entertaining. Number 1, pick the menu early. If you've waited until now to pick the menu, you might be a little bit behind the curve. This says brine your bird. Okay. And also start prep work for a few days before Thanksgiving. So I'm going to start prep work this evening. There are some things that I can go ahead and do. Like I can chop celery, I can chop onions, I can crush crackers, and then keep them airtight, and they'll, be ready to go so that come whenever I dig in, I don't have a lot of that prep work to do. I'm looking for a way to go ahead and inject my birds. Like to go ahead and inject the birds with the goodness, but then have them ready, like do some of that. So I'm kind of looking to work ahead a little bit. What was the look on your face, ma'am?
Well, I'm sorry because I'm afraid your mother is listening.
Oh,
But have you seen the turkey that has like the lemons or limes on the top of the breast that you put underneath the skin? They look like boobs. I'm
I've
sorry.
not- I've
They
not
just look
seen
like
that.
boobs. Have you seen it?
No, I've not seen that.
Okay, well, I'll find it.
okay. So
But
this
I'm going to laugh really hard because I'm not going with you.
yeah, okay. I'm not doing that to the turkey. I mean, I am preparing one turkey for the house. I guess I can prepare.
But aren't you deep frying that one?
I am deep frying both turkeys, actually.
Can you deep fry it doing that?
If it gets fried into place, I guess it'll probably stay there. Well, it gets fried there, stays there, I guess, possibly. And then as you get ready for Thursday, here's everything you need to know about the 2021 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And it will be on beginning at 8 o'clock Central Time. It actually airs at 9 a.m. in every time zone, except for the Central Time Zone, because, well, it does air in the central time zone, but not if you're adjacent to a time zone. I know that's confusing. It doesn't make sense. In every time zone, it starts at 9, ends at noon, and then it turns around after the dog show, which I'll talk about in a second, and runs again between 2 and 5 in every time zone. So there are 6 hours of parade coverage on NBC. It's a 2.5-mile route along the streets of Manhattan, kicks off on West 77th Street and Central Park West. Like we said last week, this is I think I would like to go to this once.
I don't know.
But I also thought that I wanted to go to Times Square for New Year's Eve once.
No.
So this is kind of a romantic idea of watching it. If you were along the parade route and you could be high up, say in an office building or something, and see it.
That's the only way I'm in, is if I'm like a VIP
Yeah.
kind of thing. I don't want any part of either one.
Yeah, right. And so, but most people want the VIP experience. And so how much coin are you willing to shell out? And
Zero.
Do it? So I probably won't. But anyway, I've just long since thought it would be fun to be there. But like with many things, I'd like to go to them, but as soon as they're over, I'd like to be able to snap my fingers and be home. It's the hassle of getting there and getting back, and so I end up just not going anywhere. Who's performing at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade? Well, Carrie Underwood, Kristen Chenoweth, Busy Phillips, Andy Grammer, Nelly, Kelly Rowland, and Peacock's Girls Five Eva cast. Never heard of it before just now.
Andy Grammer comes back once a year to perform at on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and that's all he does.
Must have a Thanksgiving song or something that he does.
I don't even know.
So the Big Apple Circus, the iconic Radio City Rockettes, will return to the streets. They'll also have Broadway ensembles performing from Six, Moulin Rouge, and Wicked. The new balloons that are coming to the parade, so you get favorites like Snoopy, SpongeBob, Pillsbury Doughboy. There's a total of 4 new balloons. Grogu, Baby Yoda, Pikachu, and Eevee. Eevee.
Is that from Wall-E?
Pikachu's from Pokemon. Eevee, I think.
Oh, I'm thinking of Eve
Pikachu.
from
Well,
Wall-E.
so it's Eevee is how you spell it, and it's paired with Pikachu. So I assume it's.
I'm surprised
part of
Pikachu
Pokemon
doesn't already
25th.
have
Me
already
too.
have a balloon. Because it's not like he's new.
At all.
Right. The new floats. We told you about the Heinz Gravy Pirate Boat.
Okay, yeah, Eevee is a Pokemon.
Okay.
It's cool looking, I guess.
And then after the parade,
It's like a little dog.
you will be able to watch the National Dog Show. And that comes on NBC right after the parade is on. So,
And football.
and football, and just a lot of.
One of the games, I think if I remember right, is terrible. It's like it's the Lions, whoever the Lions play.
The Lions always play.
And the
on
Cowboys
Thanksgiving.
always play.
Lions and Cowboys always play, which is smart for the Cowboys. They get it out of the way, and then they have the rest of the weekend that they can enjoy. And all
Cowboys
that.
are playing the Raiders. I know that, but I don't know any of the other games.
Cowboys and Raiders on Thursday. So there you go. Some of your entertainment plans for Thursday. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. Got plenty more on the way. Hang around here on In the Know.
For what's understood and all that is forgiven.
It's here. NCTC, powered by Warren RECC, now offers high-speed internet to parts of Grayson County with the fastest speeds available anywhere. Working from home, virtual education, or just streaming your favorite movies is now a reality. To see if high-speed internet is now available in your area or if it will be soon, visit fiberforgrayson.com. Call 270-971-2021 to schedule your installation today.
Hi, this is Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Each year at this time, we pay tribute to our hardworking farmers who grow and harvest plentiful food for our community and our nation. Please join Wilson Muir Bank as we salute the American farmer November 15th through the 24th. Our Grayson County offices will have drawings for prizes and refreshments. And on Wednesday, November the 24th, the Cattlemen's Association will serve burgers at our Litchfield main office. We hope you will join us. Together we build communities, member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
That boy of mine, he sure does take after me. I love football, he loves football. I put ketchup on my eggs, he puts ketchup on his. I didn't wear my seatbelt, neither did he. so nothing's gonna be the same ever again. So please, show your kids what a good driver does. Buckle up and put your phone down.
Paid with funds through the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Well, health coverage fans, this is the matchup we've all been waiting for, where you find quality, affordable coverage that's right for you and your family through Connect. And it's about the simplest play you can make. Just go to connect.ky.gov/health coverage and get started. Now, more people than ever will qualify and save more by enrolling through Connect. So get off the bench and in the game anytime between now and January 15th. Team Kentucky for the win. Connect. Together for a better Kentucky.
Blake Stinson is the general manager at AutoSmart on South Main Street in Litchfield. Good morning, Blake. How are you?
I'm good. How about you guys?
I'm doing very well. It sounds like, are you in a Star Wars movie this morning by any chance?
Buddy, that sounds like you.
Hang on real quick, Blake, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on. All right, is that better?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. What's going on at the AutoSmart we need to know about today?
Well, with it being Thanksgiving week, we've got a lot to be thankful for. So we got a 2017 Toyota Camry XLE fully loaded for only $16,900. So if you're looking for that gas saver, come check it out.
So the Cowboys are going to be playing and hosting the Raiders on Thursday. Are you excited about that?
Buddy, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid this year, and it's been good for me. I'm not getting excited or, my feelings hurt anyway.
But do you like it that your team plays on Thanksgiving every year?
I do, but the last few years it's kind of been a bummer because they haven't won.
Yeah,
so
well,
it's kind of a double-edged sword,
Could be worse. You could be a Lions fan.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Hey, Blake, have a happy Thanksgiving, and can't wait to see you again soon. 270-287-0278. Where can we see the online inventory, Blake?
It's Autosmart1.com, and happy Thanksgiving to you guys.
Thanks so much. That's Blake Stinson. He's the general manager at AutoSmart on South Main Street in Litchfield.
So, you're vaccinated, but someone you love isn't. It's time to show them how much you care. Tell them why they should get the shot. Take them to talk to a doctor about it. Take them yourself to get the vaccine before it's too late. If we all get just one person to get vaccinated, together, we'll put an end to the pandemic and save so many lives. Get tips on how to have the talk at kycovid19.ky.gov. That's kycovid19.ky.gov.
K105 Weather is brought to you by Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Twin Lakes weather.
Clouds clear out this afternoon as highs top out into the upper 30s and the low 40s. Now, as we head into tonight, tumbling down into the 20s for most of us. Tomorrow, more sunshine with highs into the 40s. By your Wednesday, clouds return with highs into the 50s. From the Wave 3 News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
I want everybody to get up off your seat and get your arms together and your hands together and give me some of that old soul clapping. You didn't have to love me like you did, but you did, and I thank you.
Did you know the communicator, the walkie-talkie in Star Wars Phantom Menace is actually a Gillette women's razor?
Really?
Sam, next time you watch Phantom Menace, you'll have to pay close attention.
It's going to be a while.
Okay.
It's going to be a while for
Hey,
that.
whatever works. I guess they took the razor blade off of it because it was just like the bottom handle. It's rounded on top, and they just used it, and that was their communicator. See, yet another reason why Phantom Menace and some of those are the worst of the franchise.
I just say you need to bring in good old Yukon Cornelius to start talking about your good the Star Wars, right?
The weekend box office Ghostbusters Afterlife opens to a $44 million box office for the weekend. That means Disney and Marvel's Eternals came in number 2 with $10.8 million. Oh, who came in behind that? Paramount's Clifford the Big Red Dog. Sam, are you familiar with this movie?
I am. I've heard of it. Yes.
It came in at number 3, so still holding strong at $8.1 million. And Legendary and Warner's Dune rounded out the top 5 domestically with $3.1 million.
Does Alea not know Clifford the Big Red Dog?
She does
She
not.
does.
But she doesn't. Does she know it's in movie form?
No, I don't think so. But she knows the PBS
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
but not movie form. No.
No Time to Die has passed Fast and Furious 9 as the highest grossing movie of 2021. Daniel Craig's final outing as James Bond may have had its critics, but No Time to Die is now the biggest Hollywood movie of the year.
Probably not saying a lot when it comes to
Right.
No.
I mean, what else you got?
Yeah. I did read this morning that supposedly they are in talks with Idris Elba to be a Bond villain. Like they're writing a special character just for Idris Elba.
I heard who wants to be the new Bond,
to be
right?
a villain.
The Rock?
The Rock? No, thank you.
I just don't think he has the...
No, he's not suave enough. He's not,
Yeah.
and he's not British enough. He's very impressive and he's very talented, but he's The Rock. He's not. He can't be James Bond.
What about Daniel Radcliffe?
No, thank you. But the
Can't be Harry
concern-
Potter and...
No, I'll pass. Thank you. But what is problematic for me is that Idris Elba, who I thought would be a great Bond, also would give some cultural diversity to the character, British, well respected. If they're going to turn him heel to villain, then I have some concerns on whatever type of nonsense they may be trying to pull with the main character. Like you've got a very good option right there. If they make James Bond a female, we got trouble. Even Daniel
don't
Craig
care.
said you can write lots of great roles for women into that franchise. Right? You can.
Make the villain a woman.
Dame Judi Dench. Yeah, and there have been
Oh,
some
yeah.
villainous women in there. Judi Dench was M. She did a great job in that role, but the construct of this is not going to work if you try and go messing with the genders of the roles. Just make Idris Elba a good guy. You don't have to make him a bad guy. The AMAs were on last night. And this may have been the first year in as long as I can remember that I watched 0 minutes of the AMAs.
I'm not sure I've watched a minute of the AMAs in my life.
I
so
didn't even flip over there for a moment.
What channel was it even on?
It's on ABC, which automatically, if you're on ABC, you're going to have to work really hard to get my attention. But when you name Cardi B as the host of your show, I respect Cardi B for her art and what she does. Not really my cup of tea, but she does what she does well, and I don't think hosting award shows is one of them. As someone who hosts things, I have been allowed to host things in my life, and her style and my style are different, and so either she's doing it all wrong or I'm doing it all wrong. We can't both be doing it correctly. So, but it was a big night for BTS. Is that K-pop?
Mm-hmm. You'd recognize Dynamite is their song. We
Yeah,
played a lot.
I know a little bit of BTS. New artist, Olivia Rodrigo. Okay, yeah, I get it.
Good for you.
Doja Cat and SZA won Collaboration of the Year. Ed Sheeran, favorite male pop artist. Taylor Swift, favorite female pop artist. Luke Bryan, favorite male country artist. Carrie Underwood, favorite female country artist. Sounds like I didn't miss much. I probably could have predicted most of those winners before I got started. But yeah, from a show that 10, 11 years ago was featuring Pink and, some of the great performances that you've ever seen on the AMAs to this, like, no thanks. I think we're just post-award shows, seemingly. This did make me happy. Tiger Woods released his first video of his golf swing since his horrific car crash in February, wearing a compression sleeve on his right leg. It looks like that's the one that probably suffered the most damage. But so he doesn't look like the Tiger of old, but he is maintaining a golf swing and getting out there and exercising his mobility. What a great comeback that would be if he can return to competitive golf. So good to see for Tiger. And then Rory McIlroy lost his temper in Dubai playing in the DP World Tour Championship. Sam, did you see this?
I didn't see this until this morning.
He got mad and ripped his shirt. So
don't usually see that for golfers.
No. I mean, you do see them lose their they do
Snap a
lose their
club or
temper
something.
from time to time, or they'll slam a club, or they'll do whatever.
I've done that on the golf course.
You'll hear them blurt out an obscenity or whatever, but to actually go to ripping his own shirt. It looks like he walked off the set of Happy Gilmore 2. Well, he clanged it off the stick. He claimed it off the stick, and he should have made a much better score than he did. But yeah, it looks like he just tangled with Bob Barker and Adam Sandler out on the golf course, and so I would have thought Rory could do a little better than that. Got to get to a break. We'll come back, wrap it up for the morning here on In the Know.
Time is your greatest resource. If you doubt that, imagine a millionaire living in a mansion surrounded by luxury. Now imagine a beggar in the streets of Calcutta, India, who owns nothing. In terms of resources, those two men are alike in only one way. Every night at midnight, they're each granted the same amount of time, 86,400 seconds. 24 hours later, every one of those seconds is gone, never to be recovered again. And someday, when those two men face death, no amount of money or influence will be enough to add even one more second to their lives. The same is true for you and me. Each of us is given the same amount of time every day, yet none of us can add a single moment to our lives. Like the rich man and the beggar, we must each answer the same question every day. What will I do with the time that's been given to me? You can store up possessions and you can save money, but time can only be spent. The best strategy is to invest your time by spending it in relationship, with your children, with your spouse, with a friend. You're also investing your time when you create memories, when you pursue your education or a career, or when you help a neighbor. Time spent with no purpose is wasted. When you invest time, it bears fruit for years to come. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is never promised. Right now is all we have. So invest it wisely. For Focus on the Family, I'm Jim Daly.
Hi, this is Janine Lucas with Wilson Your Bank. Each year at this time, we pay tribute to our hardworking farmers who grow and harvest plentiful food for our community and our nation. Please join Wilson Your Bank as we salute the American farmer November 15th through the 24th. Our Grayson County offices will have drawings for prizes and refreshments. And on Wednesday, November the 24th, the Cattlemen's Association will serve burgers at our Litchfield main office. We hope you will join us. Together we build communities, member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
Well, health coverage fans, this is the matchup we've all been waiting for, where you find quality, affordable coverage that's right for you and your family through Connect. And it's about the simplest play you can make. Just go to connect.ky.gov/health coverage and get started. Now, more people than ever will qualify and save more by enrolling through Connect. So get off the bench and in the game anytime between now and January 15th. Team Kentucky for the win. Connect. Together for a better Kentucky.
And I don't know where I've been looking, and I don't care where
MB's point to ponder for today. I am going to blindside you with this. If you could have one question answered, what would it be? If you could have one question answered, what would it be?
Well, there was one up there that was just being talked about that would be pretty interesting. I don't know. Did you see the headline coming through?
I didn't see that one.
It was about UFOs. 144 UFO sightings. Are there aliens?
Huh. Okay.
Does it have to be a yes or no question?
I don't know.
That is way too hard.
It is difficult. But I don't know how long it would take me to do the due diligence to decide what one singular question I want the answer to. Now, I could come up with 100 questions, rapid fire. But if I only get to pick one, that would seem an impossible.
How will you die? Do you want to know that?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
How old will you be?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Would you? I
don't know. I don't know. Well, that's kind of like the old would you rather. Would you rather know when you die or how you die?
Probably how.
I feel like how too.
I'd rather know how.
But then what happens if it's car crash or something like that?
Well, then I would know to pay attention more.
Uh-huh.
Like when it'd be like, well, I'd just walk everywhere, or it'd be different. Yeah, the win I think would be. I know the nosiness in us would probably think we would like to know when, but I think that would be a life ruiner.
Because if it says
I'm extremely
tomorrow,
nosy, and I would not want to know.
yeah, because if they say tomorrow, what are you going to do in the next 24 hours?
Mm-hmm. Better off just to live like it is. Always. On television tonight, the return of the holiday specials. Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer special, is on CBS tonight.
Do we get Peyton and Eli tonight or no?
I do not know. I have. I'm going to just try and find some time to watch the Saints game from yesterday, at some point. What else is on tonight? Oh, there is a look back. The live top 11 performances on The Voice tonight, and on Showtime, JFK revisited Through the Looking Glass. So this is the anniversary of the death of President Kennedy. So you'll see some coverage of that this evening. Today's highlight in history.
Yes, there is Peyton and Eli tonight.
Yeah.
Giants, Bucks.
Giants, Buccaneers. This day, 1963, President Kennedy was shot and killed in Dallas, Texas. In 1718, English pirate Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard, was killed during a battle off present-day North Carolina. In 1906, the SOS distress signal was adopted as the International Radio Telegraphic Convention in Berlin. At that convention, SOS. Angela Merkel became the first female chancellor of Germany, this date in 2005. Billie Jean King is 78. Jamie Lee Curtis is 63. Mariel Hemingway is 64. Mark Ruffalo is 54. And ScarJo is 37. Scarlett Johansson, 37 years
celebrating
of
a
age
birthday
for
today,
today.
right?
Who?
Isn't Mark Ruffalo, doesn't he also play the Hulk?
Does he? I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, there's only one Hulk, Lou Ferrigno. Gone but not forgotten. Wiley Post, born in 1898. Hoagie Carmichael in 1899. It does seem like Mark Ruffalo could look like the Hulk. And Rodney Dangerfield, born in 1921.
A lot of people also think he's UK's kicker.
Hey, I get no respect.
Because UK's kicker is Matt Ruffalo.
If it's not Lou Ferrigno, I don't want any part of it.
Yes, he's also the Hulk.
The Chordettes, number 1 in 54.
Bring me a dream.
Boom, 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 boom.
Make him the cutest that I've ever seen.
How do you feel about Mr. Sandman? The Chordettes? No?
I mean,
Well, I think you and I could pull it off,
Boom, boom, boom. Sure,
right?
yeah.
You have the bass. I could carry the other.
The Singing Nun, number 1 in 63, with Dominique.
well, I'll take Sandman over this.
It's true. Don't be throwing shade at the Singing Nun, though.
Is that her?
I think so, but I can't verify. 1972 was the year.
I am woman, hear me roar.
Helen Reddy was number 1.
Too big to ignore, and I know too much to go back and pretend. 'Cause I've heard it all before, and I've been down there on the floor.
Okay. Who was it? Tanya Tucker that also did that song?
I
And
think
the
so.
versions
I was
around
trying
similar
to
time?
go through my childhood, but yeah, I think that's
1981. Olivia Newton-John, number 1. This song is all about going to the gym and about aerobics and lifting weights. That's what the song is about.
Yeah, that's it. Nothing
After-
to do with leotards
After you listen to that song, you need to listen to MC Hammer with Pray. Pray.
A lot better dance moves in this music video.
Hammer don't hurt him. Pray. Hammer don't hurt him. Let's go to 2008. Katy Perry, Hot and Cold.
I don't know if you know this comment. What was the name of the Singing Nun's guitar? Was that a name? I have no idea. I didn't know if that was a thing.
Trigger. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I think that was Roy Rogers. No. Is that his horse or his guitar? I don't know.
I think the horse.
Camila Cabello. Havana, number 1 4 years ago today.
It's nice to go from the singing nun to this.
Lots of women being featured in chart toppers today. There you go. All right, MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. When I started counting, this is actually a quote from Willie Nelson, by the way, so we're going to give Willie credit for this. When I started counting my blessings, my whole life turned around. When I started counting my blessings, my whole life turned around. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. If you don't know Jesus, let me know, and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for another edition of our show. For Sam Gormley, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
Powering through the Twin Lakes with the best mix of music, news, weather, and fun. If it's in the Twin Lakes, it's on.